Every single week, I open social media, and somehow our generation managed to add new crime to record. Gen Z are too lazy, Gen Z are too sensitive, Gen Z don't want to work, Gen Z are too lazy, they quit too fast, they're arrogant, they are cockroach. And that's why I'm doing butterfly makeup because, yeah, we are insects. We are insects. We accept that. And you know what? At this point, I'm waiting for someone to blame us for this climate change too. It's too hot. It's all because of Gen Z. So after hearing this all things about ourselves, I start questioning myself. What I'm doing? Where I'm wrong? Is our generation really that cursed? Okay, maybe we are lazy. Maybe we are. Maybe we do not want to work. But wait a second. Work where? And what work? Because all these people talk like we enter in economy magically built like a heaven. All those affordable house, affordable vehicle, gas, food. You can literally trip to anywhere. You can afford to have family. And then we are like, please, I prefer suffering. But unfortunately, sorry older generation, that is not what happening. Gen Z are entering adulthood already tired. You don't just enter in corporate world and get burnout just in 1 or 2 years. Okay, it can happen to 1 or 2%, but entire generation? You're saying entire generation got burnout from corporate in just few years? Do you find that logical? So yeah, this burnout, that start way too earlier. We spent 12 to 13 years in school and then college. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, that totally depend on your degree. But my point is, most of us are spending 15 to 20 years just to prepare for this adulthood. Did you get prepared though? 15 to 20 years. Do you know what that means? We'll literally get trained more than Olympic athlete. So what we were told when we were child, study hard, get a good grades, get a good degree, then you will get a job. Life is so easy and peaceful. So yeah, we studied, we make projects, we make assignments, we literally spend our 12 to 13 to 15 hours a day in studying. Study. Internal exam, external exam, competitive exam, this exam, that exam. We are literally studying all our life. These exams and education are so important that our parents spend lakhs on this education, college, coaching, books, material, everything. And I'm not even talking about our energy, mental health, hair fall, fucked up life, fucked up friendship. Okay, forgot it. So we graduate. So as we were told, we graduate, we should get a job, right? No. Corporates say, I'm sorry, you are underqualified. Excuse me, you're telling me I spent 15 to 20 years to prepare for this corporate, but I'm not qualified. Okay, I understand. We need skills. We need real life skills. Then why these skills are not taught in school? Tell me, why do I need to know the story of some fictional little boy that doesn't even matter, that I don't even remember now? In my school, more than the skills they are going to be useful, skills that are going to be useful in corporate. Literally, all our school years, we have learned all these stories, non-important education rather than skills that are actually important. We spend lakhs on education, but we get none. So now we need to learn extra software, extra course, extra internship, extra networking. At this point, even taking breath feel like I'm underqualified. Okay, education system is fucked up. Let's talk about system. Yes, system, because educational pressure is not enough to destroy your mental health. So the system failure come into the chat. Exams are becoming controversial, papers are being leaked, your paper are being checked by people who have poor eyesight like me. I can see. And then you're saying that we're supposed to live happily with a smile because life is all peaceful. Gen Z are too dramatic. Gen Z are too lazy. They should just smile and accept this. Students prepare for years for this kind of exams. Because in case you are not NEET student or JEE student, imagine you are studying for a year, whole year, not meeting your friends, not eating enough, not sleeping enough. Just you are literally studying all day, all night. Everyone around you are pressuring you that you have to study, you have to pass this exam, you have to become something big. And then what happened? The paper get leaked and you have to give your exam again. And what do they say? We will refund the exam fees. Do you think it's about exam fees? Do you think it's about exam fees? Those students are studying for days and days, hours and hours. They're going crazy while studying. Even some people, they don't even have social media. They just delete everything and focus on studying because they don't want distraction. And then what happened? They got betrayed by system. And I hate those people who come up to me and say, don't worry, it's okay, it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. Those students literally who sacrificed their life just because they were studying for something really big. Their parents' hope was on them that they are going to study and then they're going to pass this exam and just change the future of whole family. But what happened to them? They lost their life. And after all this, they are like, why Gen Z are so stressed? Why Gen Z are so over dramatic? Okay, now let's assume you forgot about exams and everything. Now you just want to do the job normally. Forgot about exam, forgot about stress. Just get a job and everything will be fine, right? That's what they say. Wrong. Since you're a fresher, where will you go? Entry level jobs? First of all, who named them entry level job? If I have to translate that word, I would say a job that give you entry in a corporate. That's how it was supposed to be, right? At least that's what I know. You're supposed to have at least 3 to 5 years of experience to get entry level job. Entry level job. Sir, I want entry level job because I'm a fresher and I want to work. Okay, you need to have 5 years of experience, technical skill, leadership skill, should know advanced software, all industrial knowledge, ability to work under pressure, ability to change weather, and also you should be able to fly. Brother, this is entry level job, not CEO replacement, not even prime minister replacement, just entry level job. Now genuinely how people are supposed to get experience, because when you need experience, people will say, okay, you need experience, get a job. Okay, give us job. No, to get a job you need experience. This is kind of loop and we are stuck in that. Let's talk about internship. Trust me, internship is the biggest scam ever. You cannot prove me wrong. So at first, internships sound so amazing. Like, just get in a corporate, learn skill. They are letting you come to their company, look around everyone for months and learn whatever they are doing. Wow. Do you think internship are like that in reality? You had a hope that you will get in a company, you will get an internship, and then you will learn a lot. They are going to teach you everything. But then suddenly reality hits. Get into internship, what they are making you do? Can you please make me coffee? Can you print this out? Can you go and can you go and deliver this? You will do it. Obviously, you will do it. Why? Because you need that job. You need that work. So for 4 months, 3 months, 6 months, whatever that internship is, you're going to work really, really, really hard to prove yourself. You're going to work your ass off to prove yourself and be in that company. And trust me, they are going to promise you just like that. Yeah, once your internship is over, we will hire you. But today, you will find an email. We are sorry to inform you, but we do not have any requirement yet. They literally email you that they do not need another worker right now. They do not need another person right now, and that's why you cannot continue. But just week later, you're going to open their site again, and they are open for internship again. This is what most big corporates do. For example, there's a big company. Those big companies know what you want. You want a job. How will you get job? By experience. So they start this concept of internship. Now, they're going to hire 10 to 12 interns in different department. And for months, 4 months, 3 months, 5 months, they're going to promise you that, okay, we will hire you once the internship is over. No, they will remove you and get another intern. So they never have to pay salary. This is exactly what they do. Each year they know that freshers want experience. Instead of hiring them for salary by paying them any money, they literally hire you for internship. And they tell you that they will give you job afterwards, but they do not. After you, there'll be another intern, then another. Oh, but Ross, at least I get the certificate and experience. 3 to 5 years and 3 to 5 months. 3 to 5 years, 3 to 5 months. You need 3 to 5 years to get into entry level job. In internship, you are just getting 3 to 5 months experience. What I'm supposed to do? Work without money for 3 to 5 years? Yes, because my landlord going to accept my rent in experience. So yeah, next month when I go to buy grocery, I will tell them I have experience. No, I don't have money, I have experience. Do you accept payment in experience? So I can do internship. There are so many people who cannot. Okay, think about logically. There are some poor people. I have some friends who come from lower middle class family or poor family. They cannot afford to do internship. They cannot afford to work for 5 to 6 months without money. Their goal is simple. Get a certificate, get a degree, and then work. So this is obviously what going to happen. If you can literally afford to do internship, you can afford to work without money, you can. But what about those who can't? You see, most interns do not have to worry because their parents are backing them up. But what if you're only one who can earn in your family? So you have to take care of your family. You cannot afford to do internship. So what is going to happen? So person who got internship in good company, they are going to get a good job in the future, like maybe in 5 years, 10 years. A person who could not afford to do internship start a very low job. Do you think in 5 to 10 years they both are going to be same? No. So that is just widening the gap between poor and richer. Richer or upper middle class can afford to do internship, would get internship, would get a good job in the future. Person who cannot afford to do internship, he will start a low level job. Yes, I'm not saying he will not get a good job, but the time he will take and time he will take will be different. Cost of living. That is my next topic. Okay, so my grandparents and my parents always used to tell us this story that we used to buy oil in 10 rupees. We used to buy this in 1 rupees. We used to buy this and that and that. When I just got married, I bought my first house. When I got married, I bought my first car. Gen Z will celebrate buying groceries. Do you think Gen Z can imagine to buy a house? Yes, this system is not fucked up. Yes, this economy is so well. Yes, there are no wars going on. Yes, petrol's price did not rise 3 times in last 10 days. There are so many Gen Z who work literally 3 jobs a day while they're still studying and still can't afford to buy whole grocery. Let me tell you, if previous generation, our parents, our grandparents would have got exactly same amount as Gen Z, they would be billionaires. They would be trillionaires working 3 jobs while also studying. Okay, my dad, my grandparents, my parents were not that educated. I'm not saying they were dumb. I'm just saying that even if you have 12th mark sheet, you will get a very decent job in that time. Right now, you need 12th mark sheet, 10th mark sheet, graduation, masters, 10th type of certificates, and also, oh, you still need lots of skill just for entry level jobs. Wow, life is so peaceful for Gen Z. Gen Z is so dramatic. And another topic is layoff. Imagine you just had a peaceful sleep. You woke up and open your emails. You don't need to come to work from today onwards. We fired you. in a in a previous generation, if you get a good job in a good company, whether it's private or government, you're going to have a good future. You're going to get pension. What is pension for Gen Z, by the way? Yes, you're going to get a pension. Your life is set once you have a job. Now, if you're Gen Z or late millionaires, now Gen Z will face massive layoff just in a click of mouse. It's not just about Gen Z, it's about corporate overall. Imagine your father worked for a company for over 20 years and suddenly one day he decided to end this all family type of relation and fire him. Why? Because, oh, AI can do his work. So when I'm learning AI, I question myself. Am I training a software that could replace me just in a few years? So yeah, maybe Gen Z are lazy. Maybe we don't want to work. Or maybe Gen Z just look around at educational pressure, experience trap, war, corona, price rise, note bandi, corporate instability, layoff, this exam cancellation, tons of competition, burnout, and maybe they are just wondering, are we really normalize this all? So yeah, people keep asking, Gen Z don't want to work. But maybe better question is, why surviving in this economy feels so hard and we are just expected to smile and say, thank you for this beautiful heavenly economy. Bye bye.